Today, I want to draw your attention to a matter that is of very serious concern to my people, the Igbos. Of course, you know, I am the president of Ohaneze Ndi Igbo, and in that position, I am the leader of Igbos. We are worried about what has happened recently in the Federal Executive Council. We are worried. Recently, 48 people have been appointed as ministers in Nigeria. Southeast got only 5. We of the Ohaneze Ndi Igbo have reviewed this matter, and we believe that this is completely in contravention of the principle of federal character. For avoidance of doubt, we would like to draw your attention to the early part of our existence as Nigerians. In the 50s, in the early 60s, there was no federal character. Things were done on absolute merit. And in those days, incidentally, many people from our area, Igbos here, were able to survive and to get positions. We never complained. But there was a widespread complaint in Nigerians about Igbo domination. Even if you look at the scenario on independence, there was no federal character. Things were done on merit by the British. Igbos didn't complain. We had positions which our people were qualified to occupy. I still believe that that government in 1960 had been the best government to Igbos. We must accommodate everybody. We must not take up everything because we feel we can do it. So we accepted it. What is disturbing us now is that the table had been turned against us. We are seeing systematically how this law had been pushed against us. The case I'm talking about now, Federal Executive Council, we are in absolute minority for no just cause. For no just cause. 48 people have been confirmed and sworn in. So that when you go to the Federal Executive Council, Southeast have got only 5 people. Some states have got up to 10. And then we are now reduced to have the list. And it looks very punitive. We in the Southeast don't understand why we should be reduced to such a position. I don't understand why. So I have protested earlier on. The first time it was released, I made a protest on behalf of my people. As the leader of my people, I made a protest. But instead of visiting my protest and applying it in subsequent decisions, more names were released and my people were not there. So in effect, any meeting of Federal Executive Council fed today, Southeast is an utter minority. A very unjustified minority. Please, we Igbos, for avoidance of doubt, we are fair. We want everybody in Nigeria to have his share. Let us have our own share. We think it's unfair. We want other Nigerians to look at our case. We are not saying give us more, but we think it's unfair that if you have 48 members of executive, some states here have got 10. Yes, a political leader have got power. I don't think the Constitution gives a political leader power to visit those who didn't vote for him by denying them their right. Buhari at a point here said to our people that we gave him only 5% vote, and because of it he will not give us our right. He said it. It was written in many media. We in the Southeast don't want this to continue. We believe that we in the Southeast have a right to vote for any leader of our choice. And we believe that when a leader emerges, he has a duty to rule and govern with the fear of God. The moment somebody is sworn in as the president, as we have a president today, we in the Southeast acknowledge you have a president. We will give him every respect him. But we want in return not to be visited with our judgment during the vote that we didn't vote. So we are actually appealing to Nigerians to please assist us to appeal to the government to reverse this situation and remove this fact that we are in minority. In fact, states were created. These states that were created by the military. Local governments were created. They were created by the military. There was, unlike what happened before independence, there was nothing that one can say was a very strict procedure. Because at that time, our people were not in the ministry. It was after the war. So in effect, we were not where all these things were created. We now have Southeast having only 5 states. We have over the years appealed to governments. We have continued since after the war, since 1999, to request that we have additional states, at least to make it 6 states. We don't see the reason why all the other states are 6, even some 7. We're only 6. And you see, the truth is that this thing is a serious matter, because by shortage of one state, we have lost a lot of money. Revenue allocation is done according to states, according to equality of states, some part of it, and maybe some derivation. And because we don't have enough these days, we have few local governments. So we are locking on revenue coming to state, losing on revenue coming to local government. And this is creating underdevelopment in Southeast region. Also, when you come to legislation, we are losing legislative power. We are losing a whole legislative power in the whole of House of Assembly. And when you review Constitution, you require all this interstitial review of Constitution. Now, we are losing 3 senators. We are losing a whole members of one state going to House of Rep, which will be about 10. We are losing all this. And now, we don't see any reason anybody can give. If they tell us, if the President and National Assembly work today and tell us we want a state created in Southeast. We want an additional state, because it's going to create a very good economic environment to my people. People will now have opportunity, will have more opportunities. So unless we are giving additional state, we are going to continue to suffer. I think really that it is in interest of all of us in Nigeria to listen to the problem of other people, because no country can survive when people are not comfortable, are not happy. We have these problems, and see, if others have similar problems, I want to assure you that Southeast will be the first to come up to defend them. We believe that we as Nigerians must work as brothers and sisters, work together to support each other. So I am now raising this matter, and I'm appealing to the government, appealing to the National Assembly, one, to please do necessary adjustment to give us more positions, to balance the position in Federal Executive Council, because they normally meet, they form quorum. So if an organ of the country meets and our zone is completely, it denied the opportunity of having a good representation, it's unfair. So I think, you see, we're appealing to them. Number 3, this question of state it's a great creation. There is no miracle about it. It's a matter of honesty, love, which can hold us together. And I have said it often and on that the fundamental requisite for any enduring social order or any enduring unity is honesty, fairness, justice. And that is what we Igbos want from this country. We don't want to take what doesn't belong to us. We want people to be fair to us. If they fail to do this, I will be left with no other choice but to go to court. I'm going to go to court. The court will now interpret whether if a zone or a region failed to vote for a president, whether they can, because of their exercise of their right of voting, be denied the right to have the number of members of Federal Executive Council that they should own, or whether they are going to be denied their right. I believe that I have to go to court, and it's not even in interest of Southeast. Today it is Southeast that is complaining. Tomorrow it could be another place. That is why all of us will come together and talk about this to make sure that this is a matter that contravenes the federal government character which is in the Constitution. Let it be given to us. If the court says that Southeast should never get anything other than 5 states, well, okay, we're in Nigeria, we'll take it. If the Constitution says that anytime Southeast don't vote for us, we won't give you position, they don't give you, well, whatever the court says. But definitely, unless these matters are remedied, we are going to go to court.